So, like, welcome to, like, this, show or something like that, where there's, like, games played, something like that, and there's gonna be, like, entertainment, yeah, and boobs, boing, 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 boing. Shut up, Beavis. So there's, like, gonna be fun stuff, so just sit back and, like, enjoy the show. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. Well, welcome everyone to the, I believe this is the 5th. I've lost count because I haven't really gotten back to this. This is the 5th episode of the Family Feud, Jeopardy, and Wheel Hour, where I apologize for not making episodes. I know it should be up to 7 at least, but I was pretty much busy on Friday because I was hanging with my friends on Skype a little bit, I believe. And Saturday I didn't get the chance to, as again I was pretty busy. I just didn't really get the chance to. And Sunday I could not. Well, it was Easter, that is. Well, whenever it's Easter, you have to be with your family. You definitely have to, and you can't be sitting around playing video games and all that crap. So now, we're ready to get back to our show. I mean, I've already done episode 4, in which we were in the PlayStation land, by doing Family Feud, featuring Louis Anderson. And we also did Jeopardy for PlayStation, and Wheel of Fortune, in which we won in Family Feud and Wheel, but Jeopardy was just a little bit too tough for us. Now this time, we're taking a trip back to the Super Nintendo land once again, for the first game. Now, the first one we're going to be doing is going to be the Family Feud once again. Because pretty much at this game we didn't do so well, so I figured we'd give another shot at it. Let me check something. Okay, I may have the wrong cables, and I think I do, so... Yep, let me just change this. Boy, I'll tell you what, boy. Back in the old days, we just watched television. We didn't have video games and all that. We just sit back and just have our dinner and just do nothing. I don't want to hear no lollygagging or any of that. So let's just sit back and we'll just play the Family Feud. And this time will be the Steve family. And we'll be taking on the Romeo family. Romeo. Both $1,000 bullseye. Name something that little boys like that little girls don't. Frogs. Not the $1,000 bullseye. Toy cars. That's the $1,000 bullseye, surprisingly. Alright. 2,000. Name a person who expects you to pay attention to him or her. A teacher. Gotta be. Oh, come on. Rip off. And they say a parent. Well, that is parents. That's probably it. No. Alright. Maybe police. I don't know. Name something you bring binoculars to watch. Birds. Bird watching. Peepin' Tom. I don't know. And also for the record, I don't have any Skype guests with me. I am by myself this time. And they're going to say a sporting event. That's 3,000 bullseye. 4,000. Name a cold cereal you can identify by its shape. Cheerios? Not sure if I understood it, but Well, that's the bullseye. So we got 4,000. Last one for 5,000. Name something you see at a bus stop. People. Or it could be the obvious, bus. It's not people. Huh. Well, they say a bench. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. Damn. Well, they got, I think, 3 out of the 5 ones. Bullseye, so we have $9,000 we'll be playing for if we win the game and go to fast money. Hopefully. The other family, the Romeo family, will be playing for $14,000. Alright, time to do our survey. Top 10 answers on the board for the first survey. And the question is, name a state with 2 words in its name. New York. Gotta be careful here so I don't mess up on my spelling. New York. Number 1 answer, New York. I believe we will play... Alright. South Dakota. That is the number 9 answer. Number 9. North Dakota. North Dakota. Uh-huh. Okay. New Hampshire. Yep. There too. Okay, I just saw one. New Jersey. Uh-huh. Okay. North Carolina. Number 2 answer. South Carolina. That's the last answer from the survey. Okay. West Virginia. Yep, 2 more answers left. Okay, let me see. New Mexico. I might sweep the board. I may sweep it without even getting a strike. Yep, 1 more. And I think it is Rhode Island. To sweep the entire board without getting a strike. Yes! That's exactly how we'd like to start off on here. $100 even, just like that. Only 200 more and we go to fast money. Well, we have a few more rounds to go. Nothing for the Romeo family, thank God. Let's move on to the next round. Dollar values are doubled. Top 5 answers on the board to this question. Name an event that celebrities used to get their pictures in papers. They say show premiere. That is number 4 answer. Alright. Let me try a wedding. An event. That is the number 3 answer. We have the control to play or pass. We'll play it. An event that celebrities use to get their pictures in the papers. Movie or movies. First strike ever. Okay. Let me see. An event that celebrities use to get their pictures in the papers. Event. I don't know. Alright. Birthday? Well, chance to get some more money for the Romeo get some money for the Romeo family if they get an answer. And they're gonna get it with charity. Number 2 answer. Well, nobody got number 1, which was an award ceremony at a party. Well, didn't even think of that. But, oh well, we still have $100 right now. 122 for the Romeo family. Top 4 answers on the board. Dollar values are tripled. Name someone who has helped to popularize exercise. Richard Simmons. Okay, I may have no problem with this one. Number 2 answer, Richard Simmons. Alright, I've got a few in my mind. And they say I give up. Alright, so we have the option to play or pass. In which we will play. Name someone who has helped to popularize exercise. I'm going to say Jane Fonda. That's the number 1 answer. Okay. I'm going to say Jack LaLanne. Back in the day, everybody remembers him. Make sure I spell the name right. I think that's it. Jack LaLanne. Number 3. One more. Okay. I don't know if this guy was around this time or doing exercise videos. Alright. I'm going to say this answer. I don't believe it will be. But I'm going to say Denise Austin. You know, she was a fitness lady. She was pretty hot. I don't think it would be. Alright. I'm just going to say this one too. I just really don't think it's going to be, but I'm going to say Billy Blanks. Not Banks, Blanks. Nope. Well, one One more answer remains, but I really hope I can get it. Who could it be? It may be somebody I heard of, or it may be somebody I may not have heard of. Think of something. I'm gonna have to pass, as I do not know. Well, if they get it, they unfortunately go to Fast Money. If they don't, we go. Ah, shoot. Damn it. And it's Cher. Really? I honestly would never have gotten that. I didn't even know she did exercise videos or whatever. Damn it. So for the second straight time, they unfortunately win. But at least we got points this time instead of getting nothing like last time. In episode 2, I believe it was. So unfortunately, $413 from the Romeo family. So let's just watch them screw up in Fast Money. So we know they won't get it. Name the person to whom you write most often. In-laws. Wrong. Name the age when men's physiques start to go. I didn't even see it. A vegetable you cook before eating. Squash. Name something with a pit. Racetrack. Yeah, right. Name so that oil is transported in a truck. Alright. So everybody says 4. 55. Only 6. Squash. 2. Come on, 2. Ah. 18, so they got 134. They need 166 points. Person you write most often, friend. The age of men's physique start to go 35. A vegetable you cook before eating. Peas, yes. Something with a pit. Cherry. Something that oil is transported in. Tank. Tankers. Whatever. Friend. 21. 35. 25. Peas. 8. Wow. It'll be more than that. Cherry. 23. Well, they need a miracle. Well, that was the number 1 answer. So 135 points altogether with a grand total of... Come on. Not like we really need to see it or anything. $675 altogether, and just for playing the game, so Yahoo, you still losing Fast Money. Well, that's it for this, so hope you all enjoyed this, so stay tuned for Jeopardy after this. Alright folks, we are now back with part 2 of episode 5 of the Family Feud Jeopardy and Wheel Hour, where we did Family Feud on the Super NES, a second attempt at it, because I really don't have very many Family Feud games. I just have the Nintendo version, the SNES version, the Sega version, the PlayStation version. I don't have the PlayStation 2 version, because believe me folks, the PlayStation 2 version is not good. Rodney Flippin', Rodney1279 would agree, and Matthew V21688 would also agree as well. Yeah, I just really think it's not one of the best. And I have the rest of them for the Nintendo Wii as well. So there you go. So now, we did pretty well in the Super Nintendo version, won over $100 in the game, but still didn't go to Fast Money. And of course, the computer family screws up as usual. No Fast Money win. And now we're going to be moving on to a different game, Jeopardy for the Nintendo. I figured we'd play something different. Now, instead of like the Junior Edition I do of Jeopardy on the NES. So let's just give this thing a try and see how we do. This guy will be taking on Hazel and Beryl. Alright. Time for Jeopardy! Our categories are mountains, trademarks, movie songs, trees, the funnies, and last chance with the word last in quotation mark. Let's have movie songs for 100. In Dr. Dolittle, Rex Harrison sang of his wish to talk to them. Well, she doesn't know it, but I do. Who are the animals? $100. Movie songs for 200. This Rodgers and Hammerstein musical featured the song "Climb Every Mountain." I don't know. What is the sound of music? Movie songs 300. Frank Stallone's songs push the Bee Gees aside in this sequel to Saturday Night Fever. What is Staying Alive? Not really one of the best they made, as far as I know. I've seen a little bit of it. Nothing will compare to Saturday Night Fever. Movie songs for 400. This 1972 Oscar-nominated tune sung by Michael Jackson is a love song to a rat. What is Ben? Shoot. Movie songs 500. Barbra Streisand and Paul Williams wrote this Oscar winner. I think I should know that. Well, there was like some briefs of it on there or whatever, but I had like an answer in mind, but I really don't. I don't know. What is evergreen? Evergreen. The funnies for 100. It's Charlie Brown's famous exclamation of anguish. What is good grief? Dang. I thought it was oh brother. Good grief. Mountains 100. Disney theme park ride is modeled after this famous Swiss mountain. Barrel. What is the Matterhorn? Barrel at minus 500. The funnies 300. This tiny terror was created by Hawk Ketchum in 1951. Barrel. That is incorrect. Oh, I saw clips of it too, okay. Who is Dennis the Menace? As I saw the thing at the end. That's right. Alright. The funnies 200. Sharp profile detective whose adopted son is named Junior. Who is Dick Tracy? Dag. Minus 600. Barrel. Trademarks 100. Champagne music and a bubble machine. Doesn't know. Puts Hazel at 0. Zippo. Barrel. Who is Lawrence Welk? Lawrence Welk. Trademarks 200. The Rock of Gibraltar is the corporate symbol of this insurance company. I probably heard of them, but I don't know. What is the Prudential? I did not know that. Trademarks 400. A famous fanfare and searchlights identify this movie studio. Oh, crap. Okay, let me think. What is... Okay, wait a minute. Alright, what is 20th Century Fox? No, go back. Come on. I think that's it. Ah, shoot! I can picture it right now, it's just... Not Warner Brothers. Isn't that what I spelled? Okay, I'll have to check that over. This pop music star's flamboyant eyeglasses are still his trademark. Flamboyant eyeglasses. Who is Michael Jackson? I'm stuck between a couple, but I'm gonna have to check that over with that thing there. I really thought I spelt that right. Come on. Not Michael Jackson. The other one that I was thinking of was Ray Charles. I think it is. Anybody? No, it's Elton John. Okay. Breed of horse adopted as symbol of Anheuser-Busch breweries. Oh, Clydesdales. Dak. Alright. The Funny's 400. He's Dagwood Bumstead's boss. Who is Mr. Dithers. Boy. Mountains 200. Snowy Tanzanian peak and title of a famous Hemingway story. Hazel. What is Mount Kilimanjaro? May have mispronounced that, but it doesn't really matter. Trees 100. The sap of this tree provides a complement to pancakes. Oh, shoot. Come on, miss it. Damn. Maple. Gonna put me at 100. Alright. The Funny's 500. Strip about a fireman in which nonsense raised notorious Sojak frequently appeared. Get Beryl out of the hole, and she will. What is Smokey Stover? Never even heard of that. Puts her at 100. Last Chance 100. It's the best laugh. Duh, what is the last laugh? Alright. It happened June 25th, 1876 at the Little Bighorn River in Montana. Doesn't know. What is Custard's Last Stand? Mountains 400. Noah's Ark came to rest here after the flood. Hazel. What is Mount Ararat? Ararat. Alright. Last Chance 300. the place that Diane Cowpoke's headed for. What is the last roundup? Non-disparaging introduction of a final article or person. What is last but not least? A term from trench warfare. It means a final stand. Hazel. What is a last-ditch effort? Alright, new one. Mountains 300. Along with Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, the fourth president card on Mount Rushmore. It was Roosevelt, Theodore. Okay. Trees 200. Aspirin is derived from the bark of this weeping tree. What is the willow? Mountains 500. The mountain range in which Mount Angkor was the highest peak. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing. Doesn't know. And she doesn't know. What are the Andes? 400. The evergreen whose name is synonymous with long bows made from its wood. What is the yew? 300. Japanese practice of pruning and sculpturing miniature trees. Hazel. And what is bonsai? So she'll get in. The last clue is hers, which is the daily double. So at 2,500, she will bet 660. The term for trees that shed their leaves annually, what is Citus, or whatever it is. So 3160 for her, 100 for Beryl, and nothing from me. We'll be back with Double Jeopardy after this. Here we are now with part 3 of the Family Feud Jeopardy and Wheel Hour. We're now Double Jeopardy, where I'm not doing so well, but we'll try and see what we can do in here. Our categories are, I pick first as well. Categories are labor, famous rivals, mammals, starts with G, something old with old in quotation mark, and finally my favorite monster, or popular monster that says on there. Let's try my favorite monster for 200. It was a graveyard smash. What is the monster mash? Oop. Okay, well, I guess the word monster is in quotation mark. There we go. Now in second place, my favorite monster 400. Japanese version of Tyrannosaurus Rex with a ridiculous stomp in Tokyo. Who's Godzilla? Yeah. Okay. My favorite monster is 600. It's a daily double. Not too confident, but maybe a little bit risky, but I'll try 500. A stake in the heart, exposure to sunlight, decapitation, or immolation are ways to finish one off. What is a vampire? Alright, so I have 1100. My favorite monster, 800. Played hide and seek with Sigourney Weaver aboard the spaceship. What is an alien? Okay. Monster 1000. Though the peasants thought he killed 7 giants, the brave little tailor actually killed 7 of these. Nobody knows. What are flies? Flies. Starts with G for 200. The characteristic throaty cry of the male turkey. That's just enough. Looks like barrel's not going to ring in. What is a gobble? Okay. Let's try something old for 200. And it's a daily double. 200. Blank, and on his farm he had some chicks. Who is Old MacDonald? On this farm he had a cow. E-I-E-I-O. What? Wait a minute. Oh, MacDonald, not Mick, like McDonald's. Shit. Something old 400. Hemingway tale of a Cuban fisherman and a giant marlin. What is the old man in the sea? Or old man in the sea? Come on. Alright. Catch up to Hazel. Something old 600. The cocktail made with whiskey, bitters, water, sugar, and garnished with fruit. Oh boy. I don't drink that much. What is an old fashioned? Old 800. Paired with arsenic in a classic Broadway comedy. Hazel. What is old lace? Puts her at 3760. London's main criminal court. What is the Old Bailey? I didn't know that. So 1100 for barrel. She's trying to get back into it. Mammals 200. A group of sheep or camels is called this. What is a flock? A flock. Flock of seagulls. Early types include Java and Peking, or Peking. Oh. Doesn't know it. What is duck? No. Bag. I really don't know why I said that. Barrel now. Man. What is man? Labor 200. Officially designated as the first Monday in September. Dang it, Labor Day. Ag. I was confused. Starts with G, 400. It follows art, shooting, and peanut. What is gallery? Art Gallery. And, alright. Starts with G, 600. A paid male escort. What is a gigolo? Oh my. Famous Rivals, 200. He played Rocky's rival in Rocky 3. Who is Mr. T? Yes. Famous Rivals, 400. MGM cartoon character who plays cat and mouse games with Jerry. Who is Tom? Okay. Famous Rival, 600. The University of Southern California's crosstown rival. Its graduates include Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What is UCLA? Come on, go back. Yes. Rivals, 800. As a boy, the second king of Israel killed this giant Philistine warrior. Who is David? Ah, shoot. What was I thinking? The second king of Israel. Shoot. Who is Goliath? Shoot. Never mind. Mammals, 600. It's the only mammal capable of flying. Hazel. Nope. That makes the game a little bit closer now she missed it. I don't really know the answer. Barrel. What is a bat? A bat. An animal with really good eyesight. A bat. That's because they keep crashing the walls. Crusty name for a worker who crosses a picket line. A strike breaker. What is a scab? Famous Rivals. The Greek city-state which fought Athens in the Peloponnesian War. Peloponnesian War. I know I mispronounced that. What is Sparta? Mammals, 800. The order which includes beavers and squirrels. Barrel. Doesn't know. Puts me into second place now. What are rodents? Rodents. German word meaning an unified whole. What is gestalt? Starts with G. From the French, it means a social blunder, a fox pause. Fox pause. Okay, so 3360 for her. Just a few more mammals. A constellation. Its Latin name is Ursa Major. Drops her down and puts me in the lead now. Term for a person working as a trainee to learn a trade or craft. Sorry, I was just reading something on there. Non-authorized strike or links. Sorry I didn't read it. I'm just reading some on Facebook. What is a wildcat? Okay, now last one. Payment from employer to employee for employment-related injuries. What is workman's compensation? Well, done with that. So $3,900 for Beryl, $2,500 for me, and $2,360 for Hazel. Now it's time for Final Jeopardy. The category is medicine. Hang on. Oh shoot, I think I took too much time. Okay, well I think I bet nothing. I know I didn't put in an amount. $9.80 for her, so we'll see. Syndrome marked by sudden attacks of deep sleep, usually spurred by emotional excitement. I want to say like a funny answer, but I really don't want to. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know. Hazel. And she doesn't know it. Now Beryl. And she doesn't know it, so nobody knows the answer. It is narcolepsy. I bet nothing, so $2,500 for me still. Hazel will drop down, but Beryl, I believe, will still win. Yep, with $29.20. Boo. So she gets the win. I finish in second and third place for Hazel. Oh well, but we tried. Well, that's it for Jeopardy. Hope you all enjoyed, so stay tuned for Wheel after this. Alright, we are now back with part 4 of episode 5 of the Feud Jeopardy and Wheel Hour, where this time we're going to be moving on to another Super Nintendo game, where this time I thought I'd do like a game that I've already played on here. I don't really know what game to play, but I figure I'd do this one again, and that's Wheel of Fortune for the Super NES. I just like this game because I like the way the gameplay is, very much. Even though it has only like 3 rounds, it's still fun to play. Right?
How many players would you like? Would you like to play against the computer? Please enter your name. Please choose a character. Please enter your name.
And we have Tom with us.
Choose a character.
Just Tom, not Tommy.
Please enter your name.
We have Christina as well.
Please choose a character.
Battery's low on my camera, unfortunately. Well, we get like half of this in, but we'll have to like change batteries, so Anyway, let's begin. 1,500 is the top value for the first round. We're playing for cash, and our first round category is going to be a same name, in which I start. Spin the wheel. 200. Can I have a T? Well, I can have 4, and I can have $800. Okay. Spin the wheel. 700. H. Well, there's just one H, not where I thought it was going to go. Then I'll spin again. I'll stop saying that. Gotta come up with like my own phrase. 1,500. R. There's 2. Alright, that's $3,000 for them, so $4,500 right now. I'm going to buy a vowel. And E. 3 E's. Okay, I almost got it. Another vowel. I. Yes, there's an I. An A. 2 A's. Okay, I think I know it, so I'm going to spin just to be sure. 900. L. Yes, there's an L. 4650. Spin again. 900.
Choose a letter.
N. 1 N. Oh boy. One more time. $200.
Choose a letter.
M. 1 M. 5750. I'm just going to solve the puzzle. Thelma and Tex Ritter. There we go. So 57 from 50 from me, nothing yet for Tom and Christina, but now we're going to move on to round 2 with a $2,500 space on the wheel. And the category this time is going to be a person, and person does not always mean proper name. $800.
Choose a letter.
T. 2 T's. $1,600 for Tom. Spin the wheel. $1,500.
Choose a letter.
P. And there's 2, surprisingly. $3,000 for them, $4,600. $800.
Choose a letter.
2 H's. Currently at $6,200. Buying a vowel.
Choose a letter.
He wants the A. There is 2 of them. And Alright, we're now back now. I had to take a little bit of a break. Well, just had to put some charged up batteries into my camera. So now we're just continuing in the round. Tom has 59.50 and he is still spinning the wheel. Okay. Because I believe I know, I think I know what the puzzle is, and it's 900. Damn.
Choose a letter.
R, there's 1. $68.50. Thank God it's not that number after 68. Find a vowel.
Choose a letter.
There is 1 E. He's a spin. Boy. $3.50.
Choose a letter.
There's 2 S's. $7,300. What's he gonna do? Spin. Oh, and there it all goes. He finally hits the bankrupt. Oh boy. Got too greedy there. $400.
Choose a letter.
There's no N. Back to me. $3.50.
Choose a letter.
L. 1 L. Okay. 2 more consonants remain, so I might as well go. 500.
Choose a letter.
Y. Because there is a Y. Alright, one more time. Ah, shoot. Bankrupt. Ah. Well, it's alright. So Tom, yeah, he's gonna solve it. He spells it right. Physical therapist. Okay, so, anyway, the category now is, now we have a $5,000 space on the wheel, and the category this time is going to be an event. And Christina will spin. Alright. 200.
Choose a letter.
H. There's no H. Dag. Lose a turn. If only I'd... Well... Well, it's a bankrupt. Now we go back to Christina. Okay, I didn't even see it. It was 500. Oh well. Spin that sucker. Which Matthew says. 350 this time, no lose turn. T.
letter.
Alright, I'll spin. Shoot. Lose a turn.
Choose a letter.
An M. No M.
Choose a letter.
An S. One S. Sorry about that, I'm just getting like some messages on Facebook and Skype.
Choose a letter.
An E. There is an E. $500.
Choose a letter.
One N.
Choose a letter.
Oh, and I know the puzzle. And there are two A's. Woman's hit. Oh god, 2,500. No P. Oh, excuse me. Yes, there's one. Dag. I was hoping she'd screw up. Spin. Now it's a loser turn, looks like. Back to me. $700.
Choose a letter.
R. One R. I think I'll go one more time. $900.
Choose a letter.
B. There is a B. Alright, so for $26.50, Boston Tea Party. Yep. Okay. So I win the game with $8,400. Alright. And that's it for this. And now we're ready to move on to the bonus round puzzle. Alright. I will choose the middle E. Alright. The category is going to be a person, R-S-T-O-N-E. I know the puzzle. H.
Choose a letter.
D.
Choose a letter.
W.
Choose a
And
letter.
A. Yep. Head waiter. Alright, so let's see if we won something good, like $2,500 or vacation, car, speedboat, or whatever. Let's see it. It's the necklace, alright. I can deal with that. So, win the game with $8,400, and as always, we don't know the value of the prizes, but oh well. Well, I had fun. I hope all of you did as well. So we did pretty well on Family Feud for the Super NES. We got off to a good start, but weren't able to get the last one, but oh well. So walked away with money. Did slightly okay in Jeopardy for the NES. But you know, that's the way it is. And won on Wheel of Fortune for the Super NES, and that's it. So I hope you all enjoyed. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. It is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. You all take care, love your life, and love your family and your life, and take care. Goodbye, everyone.